Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. Today is Sunday. I think it's the 20th of November, a football day. A football day when last Sunday the Minnesota Vikings had one of the best games I've ever seen any team play. I mean, it was like a miraculous game. The moves that were made, the plays that were made, and Vikings just doing their thing. But at last I saw today, they were getting beat like a skunk. But not only that, ladies and gentlemen, as I watched through the channels, looking at the various games being played and looking at the audiences, I'm sure you understand that this day, professional football game day, the audiences, the crowds that numbered around the country definitely were in millions. And for those who watched the game on television and other apparatuses, make a total of many, many millions of concerned individuals about this particular game of sports. Not only this happened today, but just yesterday. This is when the collegiate games are played. And you know how they are. I mean, you got as many people going to college games as they go to the pro games. And so just these 2 days, you've had millions and millions of people through one avenue or another focusing on a football game or some other athletic event. What was all about? It was about competition, and it was about winning. And that was the day. And even though it was about winning, you could understand that if 1 million people were with a team, that million of people were like this. They wanted that team to win. And the team, when they won, everybody was excited. Everybody was excited. It made me think about how wonderful it would be if they could come together as human beings and have that same kind of focus and come together, achieve certain outwards and certain ends, and have as a result would be able to hang together like that. That was fascinating. You know, the thing that I really wanted to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is that even though humanity seems as if they can't engage themselves in this form of fashion, it still is necessary. It is still required. And the reason, as I see it, that people act the way they act, and when I'm speaking about the humanity and I'm talking about individuals, is because everybody, for one reason or another, got their own truths. And their own truths is based upon a false. You know, for instance, like you tell some people about certain things, and you ask the question, how and why is it that most Americans, through their American history, would, given a test, who discovered America, would say, how many people would say that? And you ask them, say, why do you say that? They say, because I was taught that. I was taught that. Then you ask them, say, well, why do you speak the language that you speak? I was taught that. Or why do you quote scriptures from the Bible as if it's truth? I was taught that. Ladies and gentlemen, not knowing the truth confirms, again, the fact that everyone got their own truth, and their own truth is based upon a lie. Now, the reason that I can say honestly that their truths are based upon a lie is because that's what a lie is designed to do, to split things up, to disharmonize stuff. And truth is designed to bring stuff together. And if they had a truth that would bring things together, it would be obvious. Because the truth, if they had it, would be concerned about every individual. Every human being on the face of the earth got certain things that are common amongst them all. The truth would say that, hey, the preparer of this earth has designed it in such a way that every last one of us should not come up short about anything. Engaged us. The resources are here. We got the needs. We got the abilities and the skills, and we exercise those, and we create everything that we need in such an abundance that none of us have to suffer for any of our needs, any of our wants, or any of our desires. Why? Because we have manifest these things. And in having these things met, we can live peacefully. And I say this all the time, you know, we can live prosperous, we can live free, joyous and happy. that our dreams, my friend, come true. Literally come true. We don't have to be dreaming. We start living our dreams. And we accomplish all of this without the benefits of the ugly stuff that comes from not walking with truth. When we walk in ignorance, there's an operation of lies and cheating and stealing and killing and terror and hatred and racism and bigotry and nobody trusting each other and investigations and the people still hungry, the people still don't have jobs, but none of this stuff is available because evil isn't concerned about that. Evil is concerned about human beings bending their back, doing whatever evil requires it to do so that evil could live, 100% live. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the problem is that many of us don't want to go the way of the system. We want to go a different way. But even our different way will not take us the way we want to go. See, we have not been taught information that says you need to know the truth. You can do whatever is required to get to know the truth. No, we have not been taught that we hide the truth. We are ashamed of the truth. We are ashamed if we are ugly. We don't want people to know we're ugly. We are ashamed if we are sick. We don't want people to know we're sick. We're ashamed if we can't see. We don't want people to know we're going blind. We're ashamed if we don't have teeth. We don't want people to know we bald mouth. We're ashamed if we don't have a place to stay. We don't want people to know that we are this despicable. But it is not us who are suffering these things that's despicable. It is all of us that makes this real. And my message is to all of us is that in order for this thing to be fixed, we're going to change our minds from where we are. Now, for me, I always suggest, and I do so especially nowadays, is that each of us must have a relationship with God ourselves. And I want to remind you, unless you have a miracle with God, you do not know God. You believe in God based upon whatever your beliefs is founded on. And I'm sure there are many things that beliefs are founded on. But they are no stronger than a whirlwind. They're no stronger than a flood. They go whoop, whoop, whoop. It's not solid belief. But the truth will allow you to walk into a lion's den. Not even word. The truth will allow you to drop into an ocean, not even word. The truth will allow you to, when a plane is falling, not even fear. The truth will allow you, if you're being thrown out of a building, not to even worry about it. The truth will allow you to be in a fiery furnace and not worry about it. The truth will allow you to be in the gas chamber and not worry about it. The truth is life. The truth is freedom. And it creates the scenario, my friends, where I'm you, and you are me, and all of us are us. What I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, is that the old people, as I indicated, I'm going to be sharing with every group that I can think of what specifically is designed for you. Some of us don't know it, but we all, if we keep living, will get old. And old people, for those of you who are old, you know what I'm saying is true. But for those of you who are just a step away from being old, I want you to know that being old, you ever seen an old ragged car, all rusted, nobody uses it, it's just out there. And sometimes somebody might go in and they just turn. That's an old car. People get old and they're like this. Now somebody say, well, it's not all old cars are like that. Some old cars, you take care of them, they're better than they were ever. Yeah, I'm going to ask you this. How many old people you think be taken care of like an old car? You got to be out of your mind. People love an old car. People don't give a stink about old folks. Old folks, this is what I want you to know. Before you get old, anticipate it. And make sure that your period in that stage of life will be the absolute fantastic. Now, don't try to focus on what you're going to do to be outsmart somebody else, to outcon somebody else, so you can set it up and have your Social Security set up so you can live that kind of life. No, my friends, it's not that way. You got to know that whatever you're trying to do, it cannot separate you. beyond the benefits of life that anybody else have available to them. Everybody must at all times have available to them whatever they need to be heavenly. Every individual must have available to them at all times whatever it is that is required to meet their needs, their wants, and their desires. Why? Because that's what being connected to God is all about. Being connected to God is about that, not being competing, whites against blacks and blacks against whites. All of that is ignorance. P-O-D, ignorance. And if I'm a black man, and I'll tell you, it is P-O-D, ignorance. And I'm not ashamed to tell you because I've been dead in that P-O-D ignorance just like you. Dead in that P-O-D ignorance. But, it's not the worst thing. What happens is that if you can't come out of it, if you can't start doing the right things, you just going to sure enough be dealing with the worst things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to take more of your time. I just wanted to say a few things to you this afternoon before I go and try to find me a movie to watch and see if I can relax a little bit. Until the next time, Eddie Marcus saying, have a good one.